Hey guys, welcome to week 4, mission 5. This is about what to do when your funnel doesn't work, or maybe more specifically, how to actually determine if your funnel is working or not. So I created a funnel sketch here with a $37 sales page and then $12 order bump and then a $97 OTO. So let me give you some benchmarks and some ideas of how to tell if your funnel is actually working. So the first thing is, if you have something free in front of your funnel, you want to see 20% of people opt in, okay? So that's kind of a benchmark. Obviously, the higher, the better. But if it's less than 20%, it's pretty fair to say that your squeeze page needs some help. So if you have 100 people landing on the page and at least 20 of them opt in, you're in good shape, okay? If it's less than that, this is where you begin. It doesn't even make sense to look at the rest of the funnel if you can't get at least 20% of people to opt in. Then when we go to the sales page over here, you want a 1 to 5% buy rate. That may seem low to you, but that's actually standard. So if you have 20 people opting in out of 100, 1% of 20 is not even 1, right? Which means it's like 0.2 of a human, 0.2 of a purchase. So that doesn't even work. So as you can see, you need enough traffic to even be able to make the decision as to whether or not the funnel's working. So let's say you get 100 people to opt in, right? In order to get 100 people to opt in, you probably need a lot more people on the actual squeeze page just clicking over to it. So if you get 100 people to opt in, and then you get a 1 to 5% buy rate, that means between 1 and 5 purchases happen for every 100 people who opt in. All right, so then we want to talk about what is the average buy rate of an order bump. Now, an order bump, Russell says, will be the freest money you've ever seen in your life. We want 20 to 40% of people to take your order bump. So if you're seeing a 1 to 5% buy rate, but then only like a 5% order bump rate, then that means something's up with your order bump. Either the offer or the copy is just not hitting quite right. So that's probably the standard that I would put there for the order bump. And then for the OTO, you want 3 to 10% of people to buy. So using these benchmarks, you can quickly figure out where the problem is in your funnel. So let's just use an example. This is really, really common when people bring in traffic, new traffic. Like I said before, if you have 500 people view your sales page, not your sales page, sorry, your squeeze page. So let's just go with 500. Okay, so you get 500 clicks over to your squeeze page right here, right? If you have a 20% opt-in rate, let's do that. What is 20% of 500? That means 100 people will actually opt in. Okay, so that means 100 people will see your offer right here. Now, of those 100 people, if you have 1 to 5% buy rate, that probably means you're going to get 1 to 3 sales. And let's just go with 3 sales, because that's like right in the middle, 3 sales. The question is, what is 20% of 3? It's like half of a sale. What is 40% of 3? 1. So if you get 3 sales, you probably want at least 1 person to take the order bump. And you probably also will see maybe 1 OTO, but more than likely, you'll probably see no one purchase the OTO. Does that mean the OTO is bad? No. Does it mean you don't have enough traffic yet? Yes. So as you can see, most people have mainly a traffic problem because they don't have enough traffic to even make a decision. And so they have like 20 people or 30 people see it. Nobody buys, nobody takes the order bump, and then they assume that it doesn't work. And so then they go back to the drawing board when really you just need enough data. So look at what happens if you have 5,000 people hit your squeeze page and you get a 20% opt-in. Now you have 1,000 people who've seen your offer. At a 3% buy rate, you have 30 sales. Okay, you have 30 sales of your $37 offer. And then let's say you have a 30% bump rate, right? So 30% of 30, you have 9 people take the order bump down here because you start to have enough traffic to really get an idea. So then maybe you have, 9 sales of the order bump. And then if you look at your OTO, and let's say you have a 7%, so we go here and we take 7% of the 30 sales, and you have 2 people purchase the OTO. If that were to happen for you, 2 sales of the OTO, your funnel is working. Your funnel is actually performing. But at 500 people, you're probably super disheartened. Or at 50 people, you're even really more disheartened, because at 5,000 people, you're getting 2 sales of the OTO, 30 sales of the sales page, and 9 sales of the order bump. These are oftentimes traffic problems. So I would encourage you, as you're running traffic, to not abandon your funnel if it doesn't convert the way you expect, because you really need to have the right expectations. All right, so if you have a 20% opt-in rate or higher, a 1 to 5% buy rate or higher, a 20 to 40% order bump rate or higher, and a 3 to 10% OTO rate or higher, your funnel is working. If you're running enough traffic to actually get those numbers and to really see what's happening, but you're still not profitable, it's probably because your ads are too expensive. So even tweaking pricing, tweaking ads, and targeting can change the numbers, because, when you're doing this kind of funnel, the idea behind this kind of funnel is it's attempting to get you your leads for free. So you're not supposed to be making tremendous amounts of money on this funnel. You're supposed to be making enough money to cover the cost of the ad, so that then the next thing you sell them will all be profit on the back end. So if you're expecting that this one tiny little funnel is going to make you a millionaire, it's not going to. It's meant to help you acquire your customers for free. Some of these funnels will work and be profitable and make you a good $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month in profits, in addition to getting the lead for free, which is the best scenario that you could possibly hope for. So I want to set those expectations that right now, probably for most of you, the goal is to get as many eyeballs on that squeeze page as possible. And don't go changing the OTO before you run from top down, because if there's a leak in your funnel over here on the squeeze page level or on the sales page, you're busy changing something where maybe it would work if you just fix the first thing on the top. So your mission today is to either, if you have enough traffic, look at your traffic and see if it matches the benchmarks. And if you don't have enough traffic, keep working on your traffic campaigns to get as many customers on that first page as possible.